Kita grup berapa ya kita? 8. Oh, 8. Okay, good morning everyone. We are from Group 8 from the final project of Computer Network Practicum. Here me, Romario Vegas Francisco Marsal, as well as my friend Ari Ramadan and my other friend Laude Muhammad Fatir will present to you guys regarding to our final project result. So let's just dive into the introduction. So as you guys can know that web server is play a crucial role in the functionality of the World Wide Web. So basically, web server use the famous protocol that called HTTP, and we also are assigned to use the socket programming, which is we use the connection called TCP to make a TCP to make a connection between the client and the server protocol HTTP. Therefore, the client and the server can make a communication to request for something and response for something. So the characteristic of the socket itself is when it's already give a response, then the connection is stopped. And after that, if the request is come again, then the connection will be reopened to handle for the incoming request. Why the characteristic is like that? Because basically the socket is a process that running in our system resource. Therefore, you can imagine that if there are a lot of socket that is still running, so it will consume so many system resource in our computer. So that's why this socket characteristic is trying to stop the connection, and after that, if the request is coming, then it's open again to respond to the request. Therefore, it's more efficient. And let's just go to the source code. So the source code we are providing here, which is a single thread server, a multi-thread server, and a client. So first of all, when we come to single thread server, it will be explained by my friend Ari Ramadan.
Okay, here is our code of the single thread server. And as we can see from the first function, that is import socket, the function is for just import the socket. And for number 2, request client socket, RESTV, it mean the server get the request for the from the client, and RESTV 1024 means can read at most 1024 bytes. And header request split and it's split the request from the client into the line. And number 3, if either and either 0 is for check the request from the client is not empty. And part either 0 split, the function is to split the first request into the word. And for port equivalent path 2 and port 0, we can see the function for check the valid HTTP from the client. File name part 1, the function for web server get the file name for the client for the request. And number 5, if file name index.html is file name change to default directory, that is change to index.html. And for number 6, try is blockchain to we can to know what's the file on our server, file type JPG, GIF, PNG, and ICO. And for the number 7, except file not found. Yeah, if the client requests on the server without apa di luar outside of the file, so the system will be send a message such as for 04 not found. That is for file not found, and else for 100 byte request is invalid database request line. It mean the HTTP for the client is false, and 100 byte request is MB request. Request that receive is empty. And the next one will be explained by my friend.
Okay, that's all about the single thread server. Let's just come to the multi-thread server. So basically multi-thread server and single thread server, it's quite similar. The one that make it different, it's only in the import library, which is we also using a library called threading, as well as the setup the server function, which is in the function of dev server, we will set up some code that can accept the multiple requests to handle a multiple request at one time. So let's just go from the beginning. So in the beginning, we can see that in the first one, it should be import socket and import reading. The second one, request is equal to client socket dot receive 1024 the decode. That means like we try to accept the client data with a maximum of 1024 bytes that will be stored in the buffer memory. So headers is equal to request dot split /n. That means that we're trying to query make an entry for the request from the client. After that, in the third code, if headers and headers index 0, that means we try to check if the request is not empty, then the parts is equal to headers 0.split. That means like we're trying to convert the request to the string. And to the fourth code, if len parts more than 2 and parts of index 0 is equal to get, that means we try to validate that the request that client send, is it a valid request of HTTP GET method or not? If it's valid, then we come to the file name is equal to parts index 1. That means we try to assign the file name to the request file that requested by the client, and we try to print it client address 0 address 1. That means we try to print the client with the IP address, and the port is requesting the file with the file name that the client requests. In the fifth code, we have the if file name is equal to /, which is file name we try to assign to index.html. That means this is the code to assign the default directory of our web server. Therefore, if our web server is running, then if the user is access the web server will be redirected to the default page, which is index.html. So in the sixth code and the seventh code, we are come to the try and accept file not found error block code, which is here in the try code. We try to enter every kind of code that will be accepted from the web server. For example, here we have a handle for different type of content, which is here if content type is in JPG, GIF, PNG, web, or ICO, we try to open the file with the symbol of RB. RB means read binary, and basically read binary code is try to read the file that usually don't contain text. That's why JPG, GIF, PNG, web, and ICO, it's a file that not contain text. So that's why we try to open it as fin. That means we try to open it fully content. That's why content is equal to fin.read. And if it already open it, we try to send response with the status code of 200. That means okay and successful with the content type of image and with the file type. And after that, we also handle for different file type like HTML, CSS, and JSS. But here we use a symbol of R. That means we only read because HTML, CSS, and JS basically only contain text. That's why we only read as a fin. To open the content with the full content, then we try to send the response of 200 okay if it's successful. And we also dealing for other type of file which is not exist also, which is we also send the response HTTP 200 if the file is exist in our web server. When we come to the file not found error except, we try to handle for the error here. So the error it's here could be a three type of error that we are make in this condition. First is when the requested file is not found in the web server. Second is we try to handle for the invalid HTTP request. And the third is we try to handle for the request that empty, that receive file from the client. And if this is happen, then we try to send the response with a status code of 404, which is that means not found. This is the response status based on the standardized response status that we all usually hear and know in the backend world. And then we come to the egg code, which is client socket.send, then client socket.close. And after we send the response, the socket will be closed after will be closed until this web server is receive a new incoming request for the client. Then the server will be reopened again. Then it send the response again. Then it close and again and like that. This is the characteristic of the WebSocket. And the 9 is we try to set up the server, which is here in the dev server function. We have set up the IP address, the port, and with server socket, socket server, socket.socket, socket ifnet, and socket sockstream. That means we try to create a new socket and server socket socket.showReusador. That means we are going to reuse again this IP address. Therefore, after socket is stopped and it try to open again for the incoming request, then it will be used the IP address and the port, the same port again. And after that, we try to binding the socket into the IP address and port that we already set up. Then server socket start to listen. After that, we try to print. Therefore, the user know that our server is already running in the port of IP in the address of IP address that we already set, as well as the port. And here we also have a try except code again. And this code just means like while it's true, then our server will accept the request again and again. So I think that's all about the multi-thread server. Let's just go to the source code of client that will be explained by my friend Laude.
Okay, so I will explain about the client. So I'll explain part by part about the client. So as you can see here, number one, set import socket and import SYS. So this import necessary library socket and SYS is to provide low networking interface, and the SYS is used to access the command line argument. Then for number two, we have definition function HTTP client, which take three argument. It have server host, server port, and file name. And for server host is to create a client. Then server port is for the to send an HTTP to get request to the server, and the file name is prints the response. Okay, so let's go to the number three. As you can see here, it have a request file to get file name. So it construct an HTTP to get the request to the string. So the request is include the method get the request resource, the file name, and the HTTP version, the HTTP 1.1. Then the host header containing the server host name. And the two new line, as you can see here, it have R and R and N. So this new line character is to indicate request to the end of the headers. Let's take a look to the number 4. It said while true data client socket receive this memory buffer. So we have to enter a loop that receive data from the server in 1024 byte chunk using. Then the client socket receive 1024. If no data received, the loops breaks. Otherwise, the received data is decoded and appended to the response string. And for number 5, it responds for the client socket close. And number 6, if names main. So to check the command line arguments, if the script is not called with exactly 3 arguments, then the print is use method and exit with a non-zero status code. Number 7 is a server host, server port, and the file name. So it's just a correct number of argument is provided, assign them to the server host, server port, and file name variable. And the last one is number 8, the HTTP client, server host, server port, and the file name. It seems like I said before, it's just a function to create a client. To create a client is server host. To send a request to the HTTP is the server port. And the file name is to print the response. Okay, that's all about the client. Next, the result. So the result is of our web server is consists of a main page that will redirect us to the option page. Then we could choose type of data that we want, like image, fonts, icons, and GIF or specified file. Next will explained by Mario.
Okay, that's all about the source code as well as the results. Let's go to the technical part here, which is we are going to go to the testing part. So let me reopen our project. So here our project is already open. Let's try to make a testing between the browser and the terminal as well. Let's just run the server.py first, which is we're trying to run the single thread server first. When we're running, yes, the server is running on port 127.0.0.2 with address that and with port 1234. Let's just follow the link, then open. Then yeah, this is our web server. So basically, as you guys can see here, we have a web server that can serve a data to the client. Therefore, if the client press load the data, they will be redirected to the data options page. They will see the images, fonts, icons, and GIFs of type of data that they want. For example, if they choose images, they will see and they will search for some specific images. If I say flowers here, then the only flowers that appear. So it's same with the fonts and icons as well as the GIFs. So that's basically about our web server. Like just testing it, and yeah, when we test from the browser, you guys can see here we have some several information, which is we accepted the connection from the client with this address and this port. Then the client requesting the file, first of all, is index.html. It's according to the default file that we already set up in our server. And the client also requesting for the load data.png. That's why the client is press the load data button, and as well as the other type. So that means here we got the status code of 200. That means okay and successful. That means the connection between client and request was successful. Client send the request and the server send the response again to the client. It was successful. That's all about the browser testing. Let's just test it on the terminal. So let's just go to the directory of the project, which is here. We have put it in the final project computer network folder. Let's just type CMD here. When we go to the terminal, after we go to the terminal here, we just try to first let me just clean it up, then rerun again. Therefore it's cleaning, we can see. Okay, let's just try. I will make it to this 2 window here. Okay, let's just use the command of Python client.py with the specify IP address, which is here 1.1.127.0.0.2. It's according to here, server is running here, and with the port of 1234. And we try to request for what kind of type of file. So in this case, for example, we try to make a request for index.html file. Then we press OK. Index.html. Wait. What get error? Python client.py. Oh yeah, sorry for my typo here. I forgot to assign point in this. So let's just okay, yeah. Then yeah, the response, we got the response from the server with the HTTP response of 200. Okay, with the content type text HTML. And here we got the body, we got the HTML code here. Then if you guys can see in the VS Code terminal, we have the new accepted connection from the address and the port, which is the client is requesting the file of index.html and the server is sending 200. Okay, that means we have successfully request for the index.html. Let's just try for other type of content, which is here we have courier.png. As you guys can see in our directory, we have courier.png. So let's just try to request for courier.png. Therefore, we can try that this server code is handled for different content type. If we press OK, courier.png, yeah, it's basically technically it's different in the terminal. So let's just try it in the browser. If we go to the browser here, and we try to change the directory to courier.png, that we will get the file. Yeah, we get the image of the courier.png. That means we are successfully to open courier.png and so on. That's all about the testing of single thread server. Let's try to test of multi-thread server. So yeah, we just run it, then the server is run. If we follow the link, yeah, it's the same. We'll redirect it to our web server. Then we got the connection here, and we try to also let me clean up this first. Try to make a testing from the terminal as well. So CLS, and we just change the IP address to 1 according to multi-server IP address, which is here we have 127.0.0.1, which is when we enter usage file name. Let me see. Python client was server host server. Oh yeah, I got typo here again, which is 127. We forgot to assign the request file. Okay, for example, here we try to put index.html, then yeah, we enter, we got again the index.html file with the status response of 200. When we see on the terminal of VS Code, we also got the connection accepted and the server sending 200 response code as well. So that's all about the testing between browser and terminal. But the one thing here in our project here, we also want to testing for the multiple requests. How about we send multiple requests? Therefore, we want to know that if the single thread server is really handled for one request at one time and the multi-thread server is really handling for multiple requests at one time. So here we use the extra resource here, which is we use Apache Beans. And let's try to testing that. First of all, let's try to test for the single thread server. I rerun again the single thread server. Then when the server is running, then I open the CMD. to send 100 requests to the single thread server. We use the command of AB /100 /n 100 /c 10 we try to send 100 requests to this server, and each request containing 10 requests with the 2 HTTP /127.0.0.2 here with the port of 1234. Okay. Now we already completed the command. Let's hit enter. If I hit enter here, wait. Oh yeah, we are missing here again. Let me CLS and re-type the command. We are missing slash here. And if we enter, yeah, benchmarking is starting. Be patient. You guys can see here, the connection is accept in the terminal of VS Code. Then in the CMD, we got the result here. You guys can see the complete request is 100. The filed request is 0. Okay, this is for single thread server. We are successful, but we want to see that we try to open it in the browser. And after we open it in the browser, let's just make a request again. Is it really can handle for multiple requests? Okay, the server is open, right? Then we try to rerun again for the single thread server. Benchmarking 1.7, be patient. And let's see, is it really can handle? This is for 127.0. IP address. Oh, wait. Wait, let me rerun the code. Follow the link. Then yes, our server is coming. Then wait, CLS again here. Then we try to run again. It should be deny the request. Wait, wait, I get some technical issue here with the, wait, if I get something wrong, 127.0.0.2. The port is already correct. 1234. Handle client. We try to send it in the one time. Let's just open this and let's just rerun again. Yeah, basically it should be denied by the server, but somehow I get a technical mistake here a bit. But yeah, don't worry. So let's just go to the multi-server. So let's just go to the multi-server. If we rerun multi-server, then server is running on port, and this CLS, we open it in the browser, and it's already open. Then we try to send it on port on IP address 1. Then we send, trying to test the benchmarking test. Yeah, it's fair request 0, complete request 100. That means this request sent successfully, while it's also handling for other requests in the browser. This is for multi-server, it's correct. On the single thread server, when I try to use benchmark, it's a bit issue there. Okay, let's just try again. I am still curious how this cannot work. Let's just try again. It should be work right now. Okay, follow the link. Yeah, it's open, right? You guys can see. And let's just try. Change to tube. It should be denied. It should be denied. Let's just open here. Still the same. Maybe I think still something that we need to fix in the single thread server here. But still can be accepted. Handle client, it's almost. I think maybe that's all. We will fix it in the near future. So that's all about our presentation. We come up to the last, which is to the Q&A session.
Okay, next we for question about question and answer. Anyone can answer. It doesn't have to be someone who has a long answer there. Okay, first question. How sure are you that the code you create is the single grid server and multi-grid server? And show it.
Can you repeat, sir?
How sure
Oh yeah.
are you that the code you make or you create is a real single thread or multi-thread? Showing the code.
Kalau misal coba jawab Mas, kamu dulu, nanti aku bantu.
Bedanya, perbedaannya.
Iya,
Di
kamu yakin nggak ini single dan itu multi? Bisa jelasin dari mana? Kamu dulu, nanti aku bantu.
ini yang single kan ya?
Ya, itu multi.
Ini yang multi.
Coba kamu jelasin, nanti aku bantu.
Jelas dulu. Jelasin dulu. Jelasin dulu.
Okay. I think, okay, I will try to respond to the question. So we are sure that our single thread server, it's really single thread server. It's because here you guys can see that we only have one library, which is import socket. In the setup server as well, we didn't have any threading here, client socket.threading here in order to handle for multiple requests at one time. So we just only recall again the function of handle client while it's always true that the new incoming request it's come. So it's just acquire, it's just an antrian, seperti antrian, just acquire. Therefore, the server will be handle one request at one time. After it's done, it will be handled for the other request. So from this code, while true, we also can see that it's show the characteristic of antrian koye. We also can see from the import socket. That's why it's called single thread server. When we come to multi-thread server, why we are really sure that it's a multi-thread server, because we use the library threading here. Then the setup server also pretty different with the single thread server, but still the overall code is quite similar. You guys can see that here, while true, we try to make a thread starting with what? With the code that we try to assign client thread is equal to threading.thread, which is the target is function client with the argument, which is the function will receive the argument of client socket and address of the client itself. That's why it can be handle multiple requests at one time. So that's all from us.
Anyone can give other opinion?
I think that's quite clear.
Okay. Next question. When in the testing, in your opinion, is there a difference between browser and client testing? If yes, give the explain, or not, give the explain.
So, yes.
In the browser and client testing.
So, silakan Mas.
Browser and the client testing. If on the browser, we save the like file, kind of the file. Apa satunya? Satunya apa? Web browser kan?
Satunya web browser, satu terminal.
And the terminal. Terminal for the checking. That's the file request that successfully sent or not. So a terminal is just given information to the condition of success or like that. Oh, okay.
Udah.
Enggak ada.
Lama. Apa dia coba? Kenapa? Nggak mau. Okay. Okay, I will adding more regarding to my friend Ari opinion. The difference between the client and the browser is like if we try to testing the client in terminal, we just only see the technical part regarding to our web server setup, which is we only see the code, we only see the status, and we only see the body of the web server itself. But when it comes to the browser, we try to see the full content, which is we try to see also the user interface, and we also can make an interaction through the user interface. But in the terminal, we only can test it by each directory, which is we try to assign it each directory, then we test. But in the browser, we can also testing from the directory by assigning the different directory in the DNS browser. We also can interact it with the content that we already use in the web server, which is we can interact with the button and other type of content.
Okay, for the last question. The transport layer you should use is TCP, okay? Is it possible to replace it with UDP? If yes, what code should be changed? If not, why? It's a fundamental questions.
Coba lah. Insolver programmer. Coba kalian jelasin nanti aku bantu. Aku pun lupa dikit.
I think again because TCP and UDP has a different work function. It can be replaced with UDP.
Cannot. Mas Ari. For me, I think it's possible, but like technically part how to code it, I'm still have no idea regarding that. But for me, in my opinion, it's possible because like TCP, it's only as a protocol. UDP also as a protocol that make a connection between the client and the HTTP of the web server. So I think it's still possible. But the technical part, how to code it, I'm still have no idea.
Okay, no problem. For this session, okay, this is the last session. Calling on.
Enggak ingat ya bang ini.
Kenapa?
Oh ini bang, ini pakai ini bang. Yang ini lagi
Oke.
error nih maksudnya.
Server 2 tuh berarti yang
Multi
multi.
server ya. Yang server aja
Servernya itu yang single. Oke.
yang single.
Itu. Ya. Cuma 2 komen saya, tidak akan banyak-banyak. Bebannya juga sama semua.
2 komen berarti 2 lain ya.
Maybe.
Bang, misalnya kalau coding
Nggak harus sama persis, yang penting mendekati juga nggak masalah.
Oh iya ya.
Iya. Tenang.
Bang, misalnya kalau coding on the spot hanya mendekati nih. Presentasinya seperti yang tadi. Nah, minimal nilai di atas 80 dapat.
Kan gabungan dong. Coding on spot kan gabungan semuanya. Coding on spot cuma 25% kok.
Oh, berarti yang tadi presentasi itu
Presentasi sama code yang kalian buat.
75 ya.
Gabungan.
Banyak juga ya 25%.
Tadi cuman Nilai.
Kalau tugas ini apa kontribusinya ke ini final ke final ke nilai IPK berapa? Oh IPK ke nilai jarak 10% ya bang?
Enggak tahu. 40 ah praktikum.
Bukan praktikum ini 10 ya? Berarti 50. Berarti praktikum 50, kelas 50. Waduh, banyak juga ya bang.
Pas.
Ini. Istilahnya. Kalau mendekati aja gak apa-apa ya bang?
Gak apa-apa. Tak perlu panik, santai aja.
Coba. Soalnya ini pertama kali bang konding.
Semester besok juga dapat lagi kok di PBO.
Oh, gue masih lebih senang bang. Kejar ke merada-rada. Soalnya nggak pernah pakai soket programming bang.
Wajar. Dan dari try.
Nggak tahu aku. 69 kan? Iya aku nggak hafal. Aku nggak hafal programmingnya. Kamu berapa? Enggak lah. Mungkin lebih banyak. Bener. Waduh, aku tadi nggak lihat lagi codingannya berapa. Nggak apa-apa deh, nanti kita coding lagi. Kan mendekati pun.
Lumayan. Kita ambil.
Kan mendekati pun nggak apa-apa. Nanti jangan kontrol Z ya mas. Soalnya ini komen. Ini kan abangnya komen. Kalau kamu kontrol Z, otomatis ini. Iya, maksudnya kan abangnya komen. Iya, jangan undo aja. Abangnya komen nanti covidnya ke undo gitu, ke undo.
Oke.
Anjir. Ih, banyak kali nih.
Ini yang punya aku juga. Ini yang punya aku juga.
Awal selama yang
Ya.
meeting point. Terus siapa yang berjuang? Apa yang ini? Langsung balik.
Bentar. Windows Reader. Ini file sending
Itu single.
file name. Aduh, file name kah file to type nih?
Ini yang single.
Bentar mas, kau jangan gini dulu, aku masih pikir-pikir.
It processes incoming network requests to the the page and send them back to the example of the structure your system will have needs and how to manage. They can search static content like HTML, images, and CSS, as well as they have been generated by specific. Now I'm going to think about code. That's our workflow of the client. Here we need to use the box. We can take box again, all those. And then we will do our client stuff. Then client socket. We use the socket, and software. Then we connect to the box in the box using the line to the line. Para seperti itu. Then if we look for
else if gimana sudah ya else if itu gimana ya? Jangan lah. Else if
response. Now we call it data.
Else if
It the type of strengths of the that's important. And it not the data. What if it is breakable?
else
Now that you make it so that the data looks to be
pokoknya gini deh. Pokoknya gini. Pokoknya gini tapi nggak tahu ini error dan Bang, kalau gini ini udah nggak sama nih tadi. Else if gimana sudah Bang?
Apa?
Else if ini kok error ya else if?
Bagian lagi saya.
Oh iya ya belum ya. Oh, pantasan error. Oh, iya. Aku udah lupa ini Python dikit-dikit. Nah, baru. Udah nih Bang kayaknya. Bang. Udah. Udah kan. Udah. Enggak, aku punya dia. Emang bisa bantu Bang temannya? Oh, enggak boleh. Udah punya aku udah. Text CSS, file name RB. Ini respons aja nggak sih? Jangan len. Respons, ini pun respons. Ini respons, ini respons. Nah, udah. Ayo Mas, punya Mas. Gas. Love, udah selesai. Mas. Coding punya Mas.
Jadi
Udah selesai Bang, tapi nggak tahu benar atau tidak. Kayaknya mendekati Bang punya aku kayak.
Ini kalau udah beres,
Oh, ini udah diganti kayak semuanya server apa namanya isi langsung semuanya.
Tapi punya aku kayaknya mendekati sih Bang.
kotak rekaman aja. Makanya saya minta pasti kalau kalian kirim yang lainnya master system. Pada mobil.
Perform this workload use our different information.
Jangan lihat Mas, jangan lihat. Harus setuju Mas.
And
Apa? Salah pengumuman.
Kasih
set
Udah ada.
yang mana nih?
So instead of that, it's not do one. So if you anything to responding first, then you can connect to the last one, please, that's the truth.
Waktu
It's our fault.
Siapa?
First one people after that, the
Ini lah, ada sama nih.
order distribution. Is we define something that there's more
Oh ini dia Bu.
after that, this is becoming
Underscore right.
and
Ini.
Spasi.
with the numbers, and which need to
Film.
Anjir, mas enak kali mas.
after example, line ownership. It will do the tender buying on the function. There will be another tender request function. Tender request function. So if
Dekati aja deh.
so I can share.
Nah, lihat.
The file will be so but in the sequence, it will determine the content as well. For that,
Tapi ini lihat merah.
you will be able to find the content. Kemudian there is no, but there is no,
Ini nomor.
if there is no service, the
Atasnya.
the file is
Di atasnya.
will send the icons.
Yang ini bagusnya.
It says clause subject finance because in after only to the client, if you the connection,
Ya, ya Bu.
the client is different with the
Ya, benar. Siapa ini?
Ntar mas, aku perbaiki punya aku aja dulu.
Benar. Gantian Mas ya. Sabar, sabar.
Enggak, aku mau perbaiki punya aku ntar dulu mas.
Lain merah. Becek ini lah Bang. Ini benar mana sih?
Mau perbaiki lagi bisa kan? Mau perbaiki lagi punya aku bisa kan? Maksudnya nanti aku mau perbaiki lagi, coding lagi punya aku.
Ini.
Boleh?
Terus siapa itu? Siapa itu?
Udah berapa menit?
Udah bener ini.
10 menit lagi mas.
Ah,
Aku perbaiki punya aku dulu, cepat dulu mas. Cepat aja aku
Iya.
perbaiki dulu.
ini apa? Yang ada.
Server 2 tadi ini. Antara udah benar atau belum ya? Konten. Oh ini kontennya di sini kok konten di sini benar ya? Enggak ini udah ini benernya. If oke, nah. Bentar. If bentar. If kayaknya di sini. If file name dot. Soalnya ini kita mau kan dia read JPG kan, jadi harus titik dulu nih kita selesaikan. Ini konten berarti. Ah ya bentar. Konten kan? Konten.
Dua-dua ini.
Sama dengan with open file name as fin, ya benar. Ini salahnya di mana ya? Expression. Ah ya sih, aku lupa sih. Oh enggak ini file name. Ini file name. File name dot jpg.
Punya aku tulis file name.
Dot apa gitu? Dot format kayaknya dot.
Sepuluh
Enggak. Content response print. Kembali dulu yang tadi. Ini Ctrl X. Ini kembali dulu. Tunggu bentar, Mas. Bentar, Mas. Anjir, ini aku salah. Ini filenya juga benar.
Ya benar ya Mas.
Cuman split dulu nih. Nih file name. Pong ini nggak perlu ini kan? File name ini di split aja nih. Benar kan?
Benar. Itu apa?
Nah, akhirnya.
Udah langsung.
Udah.
Iya langsung. Dulu nggak sih cepet. Lu nggak ada lah. Lu nggak ada.
Ada, kalian ada.
Kan dia bisa. Emang dia.
Itu tuh, konstu tuh.
Ini gua paling.
Gas.
Paling.
Bang berapa menit lagi? Berapa menit lagi?
Banyak banget ini aku coba. Ini udah.
6 menit lagi. Oke, bisa pilih.
Ya lah,
Banyak banget, Cok. Apanya? Oh, sedikit.
Di bawahnya tuh ada
semangat kuring cepat.
server
Kuring cepat.
server.host
Waktu.
server.host 2
So how do our handle the request? So we do request
merasa ini hilang semua, Cok.
what file you by one, and then
Udah 2 ya?
the file to respond to the file send just nothing, it will default using this internal file. And then actually
Ini gue bisa nih.
file asks for specific file, so the file will send a specific file with this code, something like that. And then for the error handling, we got these two. This one is small file not only there is actually no file that is requested by the user, but if the file is there, it is a bad file.
Udah, gini aja. Ini cara ini ya. Ini punya lu, gua lanjutin dari gue udah. Ini gue masih bisa lagi tuh lanjutin. Ini gue udah bener nih.
Ya udah digini aja.
Sorry, ini gue merah, Cok. Kurang tanda kurung.
Iya benar, tambahin habis ini.
Kerjaan punya lu, Mas.
Tambahin tanda kurung nih gue merah, Cok. Apa kuning? Dah.
Mana punya gue? Ini nggak sih?
Ini dah. Ini.
Jangan saling buang.
Oh, iya, nggak boleh.
Because
Bang lihat.
server will send get respond one.
Main shop dan ini yang terakhir nih.
Mas. Mas.
Udah merah juga nih.
If you try to access the server file, if you use maybe that's like so is working and system file and now that's what it's
Dan ini kok gini ya?
just like
Nggak ini kok merah ya?
Ini terakhir. Itu yang ada ini. Ya, start.
Nah, ini juga nih.
Saya lihat
the file is sent the it is okay, but in CLI you can see the data plus I have
masih
Dua komen, Bang.
so this
Dalam satu file ada 2 komen. Loh, Mas, ada 2 komen, Mas. Beda konten hanya satu. Bentar bang. Vincent lagi. Temanku ini aku Vincent lagi bang. Aku baru sadar.
Oh iya. Ini masih merah nih cowok.
Mana masih merah?
Ini. Oh, cuma 2 line doang.
Dua lain bang.
2 line doang. Oh, Bang. Ini yang garis biru doang ya? Yang ditambahin cuma yang dikasih garis biru ini dong ya? Ini.
Enggak juga.
Ada juga yang dikasih.
Aku asain punya aku sebenarnya. Anjir ada 2 ya. Aku baru tahu loh. Oh iya ada 2 nih cuy. Oh ini ada 2. Buset ada 2 cuy. Sama ini. Klien.
Itu dari
Klien socket.
Yes. Bagus.
Klien thread.
Ini kan saya nggak paham.
Reading dot thread.
ini gimana, Mar?
Client thread. Reading dot thread handle client. Client socket. Oh iya client socket ya. Bentar, Bang.
Satu menit.
ADDR kok enggak ada ya? ADDR ini apa ya?
Address itu.
Oh IP. IP address. Bentar cuy. Enggak perlu. ADDR ini address ya? Address berarti di sini. Gini aja deh udah, nggak apa-apa. Salah mau mas, gas dulu mas.
Udah habis sih waktunya kayaknya dah. Wah, port dulu lambat. Udah pasrah nih.
Pasrah. Semuanya merah.
Iya, ini.
Ini apa gini mas?
Oke nih.
Enggak kok kalau saya cek. Cuma stop sharing.
Enggak dicek bang.
Cek.
Oh iya ya. Ya bang. Berarti udah selesai nih bang. Bisa pergi.
Udah boleh pulang.
Bisa spill nilainya bang.
Belum dilihat.